What is up, guys? This is Cubs fan Han back again for a Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. And as always, let me give a quick shout out to my buddies at gaming-fans.com. Go ahead and check them out. They're also on Twitter at gamingfansdfn. And today we are going to be talking a little bit more about those pesky little Nightsisters who just came out, and we've got some reworks and new characters. And I found a come from behind combination that I think is really cool and notable, and I did want to showcase it in a video. You are watching footage now of this in action, and the three characters that are going to be critical to make this work are going to be Nightsister Zombie and Nightsister Acolyte. And then also Mother Talzin is going to make it good because of her Zeta leadership ability. And the way that this is going to work basically is Nightsister Zombie is going to be endlessly spawning, and if you can keep Acolyte stealthed, which I'll get into her kit here in a second on why that works, then you are going to have Nightsister Zombie targeted over and over and over again. And then because of Mother Talzin's Zeta leadership ability, you're going to have endless assists coming in whenever you use a basic ability once those Nightsisters are defeated and you're left with just Acolyte and Zombie and maybe one or two more. So let's get into these kits and I'll talk through why this is going to work and give you a few pointers. So first and foremost, Endless Horde is Nightsister Zombie's regeneration unique ability. It says at the start of her turn and at the start of each encounter, Nightsister Zombie gains taunt for 1 turn. When Nightsister Zombie is defeated, while any other Nightsister allies are active, she is revived at 100% health and 25% turn meter, and this revive cannot be prevented. So this is really good when the enemy is going to be targeting Nightsister Zombie, but I found in testing out the Nightsisters, it's kind of hard to get them to target them. All it takes is Thrawn to fracture Zombie, and then everyone else is going to get targeted. But if you can force them to with another factor that is kind of like a taunt, then you're going to be in good shape, and that is if you have Nightsister Acolyte who is stealthed and nobody else is active. So let's look at Nightsister Acolyte's basic ability, which is going to make that possible. Strike from the Shadows says deal physical damage to target enemy with a 70% chance to gain stealth for 2 turns. Then if Nightsister Acolyte has stealth, she attacks again. So attack strategy tip number 1 when you want to use this team is only use Nightsister Acolyte's basic ability. You're going to want to use Nightsister Acolyte's special ability because it does have pretty high DPS output, especially with her rework. But that said, if you use her basic ability, every time you're going to have a 70% chance to have stealth, and that is going to be absolutely critical to this working. And then finally, another key component of this is going to be the Great Mother. This is the Zeta ability that we do need on this team to make it work. And the Great Mother reads, this is Mother Talzin's Zeta ability. Whenever a Nightsister ally uses a basic ability during their turn, a random defeated Nightsister ally is revived at 50% health and called to assist. Then the revived ally is immediately defeated unless the enemy was defeated. The revived ally can't be revived by this effect again until the end of the next turn. So you arguably want your allies to die so that you have assists every time the Acolyte and Zombie are using basic abilities, and you're going to have that stealth on Nightsister Acolyte. They're going to attack Nightsister Zombie, and as you can see in the footage here, sometimes Nightsister Zombie is going to die over and over and over again, and you can be in epic come from behind situations where you have 2 characters left and the other team is completely alive, and you are able to come from behind to win the battle. So a couple things you want to keep in mind. Now in this case, most of these teams I am running Mother Talzin with Acolyte, Nightsister Zombie, Old Daka, and Asajj Ventress. So something to keep in mind with that particular combination. The reason why I like Old Daka in here is because she is going to have that revive potential. The big thing that is going to just tank this strategy is if Acolyte dies. If she dies, then you're screwed. You're not going to win. But Old Daka can be an insurance policy where she is able to then bring back Acolyte into the battle if she dies a little too soon. Asajj Ventress is also really good in this team, I believe, because she's going to have an ability to dispel all of those buffs on the other team, which is really nice, especially if R2-D2 has stealthed everyone, then you can attack who you want to. And then there's also just on Rebel teams in general, there's going to be a lot of buffs going around, so it's nice to clear out those buffs. Another reason why I like Asajj here is because she just has higher DPS, and you're going to want to have high DPS on those assists. So at the beginning of these battles, feel free to use special abilities to clear buffs, to land Plague if you're Mother Talzin, and that kind of thing. But once you have defeated allies, what you're really going to want to start to focus on is using that basic ability, because then that's going to call assists. So make sure that you're using those basics once you have defeated enemies or allies, and you're really going to kind of want those allies to be defeated, because then you're able to have more DPS in every turn, and then the strategy works very well. Alright, so let's go in and actually check out one of these battles. I want to kind of do a play-by-play and talk through my decision-making process and why I think this team is super fun to run. And in this team, just a heads up, I do have Sith Assassin in this particular recording. So I'm not... The reason why I've got her there is because her special is going to ignore protection, which can be really nice to pair with Talzin, because those plagues are going to be ignoring protection as well. So it might be a good way to kind of one-shot somebody if they've got some of that health taken off, but their protection is full. I'm not sure that it works yet. It doesn't really work really well having Sith Assassin in this particular battle, but it's something that I'm kind of playing around with, and if one of you can make that work, please let me know, because I think it has a lot of potential. But anyway, let's go ahead and start this battle. So out the gate, obviously Raidhan is going to be attacking, and we are going to need to do dark magic. We're going to have some retribution on that, but fortunately in this case it went to zombie. Sometimes it won't, and that's okay. And then right there, General Kenobi did his mass assist, and we lost Talzin. That's okay. Don't panic. So R2-D2 is going to burn us, and then Luke is going to kill zombie first time. So there's one death for zombie, and then I'm going to dispel all of these buffs with Asajj, and you can see her Sith Assassin really did nothing. But make sure that you are doing your basic with Acolyte. You can notice that I'm always doing basic, and she's going to stay stealth almost this entire battle. And then zombie dies, and she comes back at full health. So now we are down to 2 on 5. Let's come back and win this thing. So we're going to go attack with our basic, and you can see here that now General Kenobi is almost out of the match. Zombie's going to die over and over and over and over and over again, and that is no concern to us. I think she's died maybe 4 or 5 times already, and then we're just going to keep calling assists. So now we're going to keep basic, so every time you want a basic. And then Talzin was able to come back and stay around for a little bit. Now we're going to have zombie attacked again and again, and she is dead again. We're going to basic Han Solo now. We keep going for him, chipping away. Zombie's going to die again, but because Acolyte is still there and alive, we are totally fine. We're going to keep attacking Han Solo. Alright, let's see. A tricky part of this is when R2-D2 stealths, so that's something to keep in mind. You might want to target him, but because Thrawn had lower health here, I did go for Thrawn. And you can see that Asajj is back. Now Mother Talzin is back. This is just such a cool... It's a totally new way to play the game. I think it's really, really fun. Alright, and then we're going to keep basicing here. Let's just basic Luke. We got Mother Talzin called back to assist. Alright, so some pros and cons to this team that I do want to throw your way. I think this team is super fun to run because it's a totally different play style. I have never had this mentality of I want my team to die and I'm going to have this character regenning over and over and over again. It's just really cool. I really enjoy it. I also like that it's not super Zeta dependent. We just have a Zeta on Mother Talzin here. The other Zetas aren't really that essential to the team. The key components that are going to make this team work is that we are calling assists on our basic so that we have damage output, and that Nightsister Zombie is reviving over and over again, and Acolyte is going to need to be stealthed. Now, a potential con to this particular team composition is that things are a bit RNG dependent. Now, I ran a lot of battles and I lost very few, but the battles that I did lose, they lost very fast as soon as Acolyte was dead, and Daka was unable to revive her. So, and you've also got revive potential with Talzin, so if Acolyte dies, don't necessarily retreat and try again, because there's still a chance that you could bring her back. But if you're unable to do so, or if her health is too low, then you could have a difficult time winning. But as long as Acolyte stays in the battle and is stealthed, and you keep using that basic, you should be able to roll with this team composition in almost every circumstance. Another weakness that I see this team having, I wasn't able to show this team against Chirrut and Baze. I could see Chirrut and Baze giving this team an issue because Baze can clear stealth with his special. That could present issues here. However, I do think you'd probably be okay even against that team because your basic ability is going to always have a chance to provide stealth for you with Nightsister Acolyte, and Baze's special ability could be on cooldown, so you could still have enough stealth going around that you do have meaningful use. With Acolyte, it just might be a bit more tricky because Baze is going to be able to clear that stealth from time to time. I was unable to show it against this team. At the top of my shard with the test account only pretty much had this team available, so I wasn't able to show you much diversity in the teams that I fought. However, this is kind of the meta team right now, at least on SWGOH.gg. It is the consensus meta team right now. It seems it's very strong at the top. Most people are using it, so I do think that there's value in showing it against this team, but other team compositions might have potential weaknesses for it. At any rate, I hope this was helpful. I know you guys have been asking a lot of questions about how you can use the Nightsisters in different combinations and that kind of thing. I think this is a really fun combination to use, and it's one where it only requires 2 of the 3 new Nightsister characters. You can ignore Spirit and just farm up Talzin and Zombie, and then use Nightsisters that you might already have. Maybe you don't have Nightsisters and you're far away from using them, and that's totally fine. Run whatever you guys want in the arena, but for those of you that do invest in them and those of you who are interested in running them, this is a really awesome way to use Nightsisters, and one that I personally am really enjoying using on the test account. So, I hope you liked the video. If you did, as always, give it a thumbs up and share and subscribe. And don't ever forget
my dead body. Sorry about the mess.